We start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update and we want to see how we can look for trade. First things, if we refer to our analysis, we had this sharp move, and as you can see with the breakout of the previous stop, we start to see the correction and even the price reverse. Okay, now we want to see how we can look at the trade with it. We can put this one in relative to this. That means we can consider this one as a flat in relative to this. Can we expect to get one move up, or we need to look at this part separately? Because if we want to look at this part separately and in terms of the analysis, we can put this one as a correction relative to this. Okay, in that case, we need to see one more drop before we get the continuation. But from what we see here, we had a similar movement and we didn't get one more drop. That's why mostly we want to put these two in relative to each other. Okay, anyway, we start with higher time frame. We want to see how we can look at the chart based on daily, and as we can see based on daily, we have been looking for the reversal, but the way was reversing was really corrective, and even it was not sharp as what we get here. Okay, now the question is, because we have been looking for the chart at the first stage, we have been looking for this one as a flat, and we wanted to see whether this is the last wave and can we expect to see the reversal. And as we can see, if we put our line here, the price couldn't break the previous low. Okay, since the price haven't break the previous low, and beside that most of the chart they have a similar movement, still we can expect this one turn to internal correction. That's why if we wants to look for buy, we need to be really careful, and especially as what we can see here, the way is reversing. It's not really sharp, quite corrective. And if we move to forward chart, all right, now the question is whether we can look at this one as a flat at this time, because from what we explained based on daily chart, okay, for me, I'm thinking still we can look for continuation. Even if we wants to look at the flat in the, similar to what I draw here, still we can look for continuation before we considering this one as a flat. Okay, that's why I'm going to remove these lines. But from now, if we wants to look for trade, we need to be quite careful. And even based on forward chart, we could see it. We had a sharp move and there was a continuation as a corrective. Suddenly we get the next move. And even there is a possibility what we have here, similar, I mean, it shows a movement similar to what we get here. Okay, that's why right now we want to see whether we can look at this one as a flat. Okay, now we want to see how we can look for trade if we move to forward 1 hour chart. Again, I need to highlight, if you wants to look at the chart in terms of the Elliott wave, we need to get one more drop. This is the best things. At least the price drop to 0.195. Then any reversal from there, we will take the trade. But as I just explained, if we look at the chart in this way, and this is we consider as a running flat in relative to this, and we can expect this one to continue without giving us a one more drop. Okay, then how we can look for trade? If we want to look for trade from here, either we wait for the sharp move flag, we take the trade, or we put our entry above the top, because internally we can expect, we can look at this one as a internally, as we can see, we have a flat as a first and one move up. Okay, that's mean we're looking for this move, and then if we get this move, we want to see whether the price can break 0.215 or not. And if it turns after the breakout of 0.215, if it turns to a sharp move, then it's good for us. But if it's not, we can expect this one turn to a flat as a first correction for one move up, give us one more drop. This one turn to more complex. And even we put this wave in relative to this, we can expect this wave turn to more complex. Then from there we get the reversal. That means we get 1 week. We are looking for one move up, price to drop. Then from there we can look for continuation. When I say reversal, I was pointing on the this move. Okay. Then now how we look at the how we wants to look for trade. First things, as I mentioned, we'll internally we're looking at this flat, and if we wants to look for trade from here, either we get the sharp move flag or we put our entry above this. That's mean if we move to 15 minutes, it will be more clear. All right. That's mean at this stage, based on 15 minutes, if we're looking at this move, even we have internal flat. And if the price retests the previous low, simply we can put our entry above this. Okay, but at this time, having entry above here, if I'm having entry above the stop, which is somewhere around 21, can be an option. A bit higher than that, because if we want to consider this one as a flat, first correction, any sharp move from here, we'll take it, and with the breakout of the previous stop, we start to manage. Okay, but this gap is I mean, it's not that big. That's why we should manually we look at the trade. If it's not moving after the breakout of the previous stop, if we see there is it cannot break, we are not going to keep the trade for long term. But if this one give us one more drop with the breakout of the previous low, maybe we can adjust our entry above here. Okay, but right now we put it above at 21 cents. All right, and this trade we consider as a short-term trade. And the traders, they should know what we want from this trade, because we're looking at the 15-minute. We want to see the sharp move, price tag, and break the previous stop. If the price tag we see is not moving, we are not going to keep them trade more than 2 hours. So even within the first hour, we take out the trade. All right, but as I mentioned, the only reasons we want to look for trade in case this one turns too similar to what we get here, and we see the continuation from here. But technically, if we look at this, either we get one move up, then the price drop, then this one turns, if we consider the last wave turns to bigger flat, then any reversal from there, we will take the trade. This is what we're looking for. Or the best thing is, the second option thing is, if the price retests the previous low, and this is the only flat, we take the trade from there. This is what we're looking for. That means either the price give us one more drop from here, or this one give us one move up. Internally, we will see the three wave. Then it give us one more drop. Then we will take the trade. Okay. In the bigger picture, this is the best option we will take. I mean, in terms of the technical analysis, we can look at the chart in terms of the Elliott wave. But beside that, since what we get here, based on the previous move, if there is a continuation from here, that's why if we want, we can get this trade. All right. And one thing I need to highlight here, if the price continue to drop from here, and this is the only flat, in this option, we want the price retest the previous low before we get the reversal. But if we move for the second option, because the second option, we consider this one as internal flat, that the first correction for one move up. That means if we get one move up with the breakout of this, the top of this correction, and the next down move, we don't need to wait for the price to retest the previous low. This is the only difference between the first and second option. Okay. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.